The Money Men are joining us now. Business and market analyst Seth Denson and accounting professor at Montclair State University, Dan Geltrude. Gentlemen, so good to see you. Seth, I'll start with you. Tell our viewers what this Billionaire Summit is. We clearly weren't invited.
No, and many aren't. And I will tell you, this is kind of it's one of those things that there's not a lot of information about. They keep this very private. So Allen & Company is a private or investment firm, an investment banker out of New York. They've been around for nearly a century now, and they've overseen M&A deals like they oversaw Google's IPO offering. They've overseen M&A deals for organizations like Facebook and Time Warner. And this is an exclusive invite-only event where they bring effectively the top movers and shakers, largely in big tech and media, people like Oprah Winfrey and of course Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg and many others, come to this event to network. Think of it as the world's most exclusive networking event. And obviously for Allen & Company, it's an opportunity to get the inside track on deals and hopefully get some fees out of it.
Yeah, that's a great networking event for sure. Dan, how do you think that this summit is going to impact or will impact average Americans like me and you?
Well, it's hard to say what will come out of these, as Seth said, networking parties for billionaires. But keep in mind, this group of people have an aggregate worth of $1 trillion, maybe more. So the things that they're going to talk about and the deals that come out of this, I am sure will ultimately, in the long run, impact all of us. When you have a group of people together with this much money, power, resources, anything they do is going to trickle down to the rest of us.
Seth, we've heard a lot about, breaking up big tech, right? It's been all over the news. And obviously these guys are going to be there. Do you think they'll be talking about this and how to not break up big tech or what they should be doing or change things? Because, obviously, you've got politics and you have business and you've got issues when it comes to, censorship and everything that's going on.
Yeah, typically, Alison, again, this is all speculation. Nobody really knows what's talked about in these things. But these people that come together are trying to figure out how to come together and do bigger deals and merge and acquire, not be broken up. Likely that'll be on the forefront of minds. They're probably talking about which politicians may need a little extra campaign boost to help prevent this from happening. But as Dan mentioned, you've got $1 trillion meeting in one location this week. That is the gross domestic product of only 16 countries in the United States. And so all the rest of the countries don't meet the gross domestic product output that is going to be meeting here. These people are movers and shakers. They're going to figure out how to make sure they keep themselves protected.
Yeah, Dan, obviously, they're billionaires, right? So they do employ a lot of people. So they do help America. Do you think that there's another group of people that have more of an economic impact than these billionaires?
Probably only second to Congress itself. But again, when you have this much wealth and power and influence, this is a group of people, probably the only group of people that could effectively take on the federal government. When we think about the government, they have unlimited resources. Well, this group of people basically also have unlimited resources. So when they get together, things are going to happen.
Yeah, Seth, obviously they have a lot of power, as you talked about. We have politicians and then we have these business guys. Do you think that they're the ones that really do keep everything moving? I mean, they're the ones that get our packages to us within sometimes, 12 to 15 hours.
Yeah, it's easy to demonize billionaires, but we've all come to appreciate the life that they've created and the conveniences they've created for all of us. But nonetheless, I know there's a lot of attention given to things like the G7 summit. But as Dan just mentioned, perhaps this is the most important summit for our day-to-day lives as everyday Americans going about in our consumer productive lives, because these are the people that absolutely make those things happen. And so, from that perspective, also going back to another thing that Dan said about these are the people that help the people that make the decisions get elected. So if we want to talk about the Congress being the engine, this is the fuel for that engine.
Yeah, Dan, obviously some of us have some resentment towards billionaires, right? But, where would we be without them? They do, like I mentioned, they do employ a lot of people.
You're exactly right. And look, we shouldn't have resentment towards any group of people. I look at someone like Jeff Bezos, and no matter how rich he is or how much richer he got, let's say, during the pandemic, that doesn't bother me. You want to know why? He has made it so I never have to go to a mall again. There's nothing to resent about that. At the same time, he also knows what I'm thinking. And that's a little scary. But overall, these billionaires have really changed our lives for the most part for the better. And let's also not forget, they also fund a lot of the charities in this country.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. So we have about 30 seconds left. Seth, I noticed something a little different about you. You're off of vacation, but you got something growing on your face.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my tie. Yeah, you know, I haven't grown this out in a while, and there was a lot of gray. My wife even said, what happened? So I'm hoping that maybe if I let it keep growing, the gray will grow out. But I think I'm hanging out with Dan too much, and it's starting to rub off on me.
Well, I was going to ask Dan, are you going to grow a beard? We can name you the bearded financial buddies or something.
I at this point, I may have a resemblance to Santa Claus when my beard comes in.
Well, we like it. We think you guys look great. We appreciate you joining us. Seth Denson, Dan Geltrude, thank you so much.
Thanks, Allie.
All right, there's